Hello, my name is Ignasi. I'm the creator of LiberMedia Academy. In this video, I will share some free tips for you, communication tips, how to talk in front of the camera, and I will share with you some insights on how do we work and how do we do what we do that is creating such nice and engaging video content with presentations and how to make interesting what you have to say in front of the camera and to share your expertise. First of all, let's start with the verbal and non-verbal communication. In this case, for example, you can see I'm talking loud, I'm using my hands, and I'm using the volume of my voice, and I'm trying to make this kind of wave using expressions. So if, for instance, you are shouting all the time, it makes no sense. But if you talk like too low, it makes no sense as well. The thing is to be, as is usually said, to be a truly storyteller. So believe it or not, you have to sort of think, you are telling and sharing a story. I don't care if you're talking about science, biomechanics, or computer, or everything. It always has to be engaging. So you have to use emphasis and pauses. And the way you talk, the sound that you make with your voice, and even the way that you're looking at the camera, or the way you smile, the way you move your hands, has to be relaxed. I'm trying to use this example right now while I'm talking to you. Second tip that it can be important is to, believe it or not, to have your feet stick to the ground. And in this case, for instance, to appear at the center of the shot. If not, then you're going to have some problems with the green background. If you appear just like moving like that, you're not giving a proper image. It's like this guy is nervous, this guy doesn't know what he or she is talking about. So it's better to obviously use movement, but only movement of your upper side, your torso and your hands. Okay? Another important thing, believe it or not, again, is the use of pauses and the use of the poker face, as I said. Poker face, you don't have to fake smile like that, but you don't have to appear sad or angry, or you have to put your shoulders like that. So you're giving this non-verbal communication, you're giving this image that you're a powerful and secure person who knows what he or she is talking about. So for instance, if you're making a break, or you're starting or you're ending, it's very important that you are, it's the same that journalists do when they have this connection. It's, okay, so here's the connection back to the studio. And they are like 2 or 3 seconds without doing nothing. Why is that? So if you say, well, this has been the end of the course, bye. And you move around, then it's going to be a mess in the editing process. And also, again, you're sort of giving this image that you are improvising. So if you're starting, you can clear your throat or whatever. You breathe, and then you put your poker face. Hello, my name is Ignasi. How are you doing? Blah, 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 blah. So if you're starting and doing like, hello, my name, I'm moving my hair, I'm moving my hands. It makes no sense. Another tip that I could share with you is teleprompter. In this case, I have a teleprompter just above the camera. So if maybe you can even zoom my eyes, you can barely see the difference. If I am closer to the camera, then you could see the difference, because my head and my eyes will be like that. But as I am more or less like 2 or 2.5 meters from the camera, I could be reading perfectly. There's so many apps. I won't name it, just you can make your own research. There's free apps, and then there's apps that you have to make a monthly payment. It's very important that you, actually that's obvious, but that you write your own text, or in case you're reading someone else's text, you have to review it and you have to make it yours. Super important. Then It's important that the letters have a proper size, and even the timing of everything. You have to be comfortable with that. If it's too slow, you're going to talk like that, and again, it makes no sense. If it's too fast, you won't have time to put emphasis on each word, okay? The next tip, I'm going to talk to you on how to make a presentation, how to talk in front of the camera while you're having a PowerPoint or Canva or Prezi or whatever presentation. As you can see here, I will share this video. Here's Carolina. Carolina, say hello. I have here another monitor with the presentation, and I have here, but it's just only because I like to show off. I have another monitor with myself, so I actually can see how am I moving and how do I appear on the shot. So, why am I sharing this information? Here I have this remote control, and I'm just messing around. I'm moving now. This is not working right now, but let's pretend it does. The important talking about presentation and PowerPoint, that would be a whole new video, but I can give you some short insights. First of all, if I have to move my eyes a little bit, there's no problem if I'm comfortable. So if I have to make the presentation all the time looking at the monitor, and not at the camera, it would make no sense. Because who am I talking to? I'm talking to the monitor, or I'm talking to you? No, I'm talking to you. I want this video to be engaging, and I want you to stick with me. So the most important thing, or at least to me and in my experience, is to, as I was saying, to make it as natural as possible. So I can look at the monitor and say, yeah, as you can see on the screen, blah, 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 blah. Then let's see this YouTube video, and as you can see, there's 4 key elements, blah, blah, blah. That leads us to another very important point. That is, keep it simple. If you have a too complex PowerPoint, if there's a lot of text and information and references on your slides, your life is going to be a hell. So at the end, the presentation, it will be dirty because there will be a lot of information in the editing, whether if you put this information on your right or on your left part, and you won't be able to read what you have to say. So if you want to read stuff, I would leave it to improvisation, as I'm doing right now, or if you want to be super precise, you read using the teleprompter. But if you want to improvise while you're making a presentation, the key element in here is to have bullet points on the screen. Whether if it's an image, it's statistics, or it's just like words or a single phrase. So the bullet points are super, super important because you can express yourself freely, you can sort of improvise, and when you're sort of forgetting what you're talking about, you can come back to the bullet point that is already on the presentation. And not only for you, it's only important for the viewer. Again, especially in this oversaturated market of information that we live in, less is more. Less is more always. If you leave 2 or 3 or 4 maximum key ideas to the viewer's mind, they will be with you during the whole process of the presentation, and they will have something to work on, something to remember. Again, less is more. So that would be it. I hope you found this video interesting. I shared with you so many insights that I've been gathering myself in the last years, talking to hundreds of people that I've interviewed and that I've collaborated with, and then I've seen in front of the camera, and I've seen them talking in front of the camera, and I know more or less how what it is to talk in front of the camera, and how difficult it can be, and the struggle and everything. And at the end of the day, you just want to be comprehensive, you want to be professional, you want to be yourself. And I hope you found these tricks and insights that I've shared with you useful. See you next time, and thank you again.